the role your thoughts play in shaping your reality. Have you wondered if your beliefs, your imaginations, your dreams could actually hold the power to define the world you live in? Nothing in this world, whether it's a grand building or a simple act of kindness, ever appeared without first existing in the mind. If our minds have the power to create, then the question becomes, what are we choosing to create? Our imagination is a remarkable force. It's more than just a repository of fleeting ideas or fanciful dreams. Imagination is the very blueprint by which we shape our experiences. What we vividly imagine and accept as true has the potential to shape the fabric of our reality. Think of your imagination as a sculptor molding clay. Every image, every thought, and every belief is a tool in your hands. With each intention, each assumption, you carve a new shape into that clay, eventually hardening it into facts, into reality. But imagination alone does not suffice. Belief is the catalyst that brings thought into tangible form. Imagine holding within you the image of a life filled with peace, abundance, and joy. This image must not just be a fleeting wish, it must become a conviction, a state of assured faith. Belief is that magical ingredient that transforms the intangible into the tangible, allowing your imagined life to harden into facts. We must practice something known as the law of assumption. To assume means to take upon oneself the feeling that what we desire is already true. It is to walk in the shoes of our future self, acting as though our wish has already been granted. When we assume that our dreams have been fulfilled, our mind and body align with that vision, and we unconsciously begin to make choices that support its manifestation. Consider the power of living from the end. This concept requires that we hold our desired outcomes as already accomplished. If you wish for a prosperous life, you must feel and think as if you already have it. This living from the end is not about being unrealistic, but about setting a mental state that draws reality toward our desired vision. By embracing the feelings associated with our fulfilled desires, we align ourselves with the outcome we want to experience. Emotion is the fuel that propels our thoughts into the realm of reality. When we attach strong emotions to our desires, emotions like joy, gratitude, and excitement, we set those desires in motion. Imagine the difference between a casual wish and a deeply felt desire. That emotion acts like an engine, driving our thoughts forward until they solidify into facts. Persistence becomes our ally. Just as a sculptor does not achieve a masterpiece in a single stroke, our desired reality may not materialize overnight. Persistence in thought, revisiting our goals, and nurturing our vision consistently strengthens the path toward manifestation. Through perseverance, our dreams gain form, substance, and eventually become undeniable facts in our lives. One of the greatest challenges in this journey is doubt. Doubt, that quiet voice of skepticism, has a tendency to undo our work, to sap our creative energy. We must stand guard against doubt, for it has the power to dissolve even the most vivid dreams. In place of doubt, we cultivate certainty, a surety that our vision is unfolding perfectly. By eliminating doubt, we clear the path for our desires to flow into reality without obstruction. We take on a new level of responsibility. To realize that we are the creators of our own lives is empowering. It means that no longer are we at the mercy of external circumstances. Rather, we have the authority to shape those circumstances by choosing which thoughts, emotions, and beliefs to harden into facts. To us recognize that every outer experience is a reflection of our inner world. If we wish to change the conditions around us, we must first transform the conditions within us. To be wealthy, to be joyful, to be loved, we must first feel wealth, joy, and love within ourselves. It is the inner transformation that precedes any outer result. As you move forward, remember this: your thoughts, your beliefs, and your assumptions are the building blocks of the world you experience. Choose wisely what you wish to harden into facts. Nurture thoughts of joy, abundance, and peace, and watch as these qualities begin to reflect back to you in your life. The power of thought is often underestimated, yet it holds a remarkable and transformative influence over our lives. Thoughts are not passive, fleeting moments of mental activity. They are the building blocks of reality. Everything we experience, everything that shapes our world, can be traced back to the quality and nature of our thoughts. A single idea held with focus and emotion can ignite a series of events that lead to tangible results. Just as an architect designs a building before it takes form in the physical world, we shape our lives by the way we think. Each thought is a spark of creative potential, capable of altering the course of our reality in profound ways. Through thought, we can direct the flow of our lives and shape our experiences according to our desires. When we consider the power of thought, we must recognize that thoughts are inherently active forces. They are not mere reflections of the world around us, rather, they project energy into the world. Each thought sends out ripples that interact with the fabric of reality, influencing the outcomes we encounter. The mind is an endless wellspring of potential, and when we harness our thoughts consciously, we tap into that potential. Our minds have an innate power to give form to ideas, turning them into tangible experiences. Through focus and intention, we can cultivate thoughts that shape our environment, attracting the circumstances that align with our desires. The power of thought becomes most evident when we actively direct it, focusing our attention on what we wish to create. Thoughts are not isolated, they accumulate and build upon one another. When we entertain a particular thought repeatedly, we reinforce its energy, making it more potent and likely to influence our reality. Positive, empowering thoughts lead to uplifting experiences, while negative, limiting thoughts can hinder our progress. The mind, much like a garden, reflects what we plant within it. If we cultivate thoughts of success, love, and abundance, we prepare the ground for similar experiences to blossom in our lives. Conversely, if we allow thoughts of doubt, fear, or negativity to dominate, we sow seeds that yield unwanted outcomes. Just as a gardener tends to their plants, nurturing what they wish to grow, we must tend to our thoughts, fostering those that align with the life we aspire to live. The belief plays a critical role in this process. A thought, no matter how powerful, requires the support of belief to manifest fully. Belief acts as the foundation that supports our thoughts, turning them into convictions that can withstand the challenges of doubt and skepticism. When we believe in a thought, we invest it with a level of energy that accelerates its journey from concept to reality. Belief adds weight to our thoughts, grounding them in our consciousness and making them more tangible. It transforms abstract ideas into firm intentions, preparing them to take form in the world. The combination of thought and belief is a potent force, one that can shift the course of our lives in significant ways. Through belief, our thoughts gain the power to shape our experiences, influencing everything from our actions to the opportunities that come our way. Understanding the power of thought also involves recognizing its cumulative effect on our lives. Our daily thoughts shape our attitudes, and our attitudes influence our behavior. Over time, these patterns of thought and behavior create a momentum that directs our lives in particular directions. A single thought may seem inconsequential, but when repeated and reinforced, it becomes a pattern, guiding our choices and determining our path. By consciously directing our thoughts, we create patterns that lead us toward our desired outcomes. We align ourselves with the possibilities we wish to realize, setting a course that moves us closer to our goals. The cumulative power of thought is what turns dreams into reality, transforming our aspirations into concrete achievements. Thought is an active, creative force that shapes the world around us. Each thought we hold has the potential to influence our reality, attracting experiences that resonate with its energy. Through focus, intention, and belief, we can harness the power of thought to create lives that reflect our deepest desires. By cultivating empowering thoughts, we set the stage for a life filled with fulfillment and joy. Thought is the beginning of all creation, and when we recognize its power, we unlock a limitless potential to shape our destiny. Imagination is one of the most overlooked and underutilized faculties of the human mind. Many think of it as mere daydreaming, a playground for fantasy, or an escape from reality. But in truth, imagination is a powerful creative force that shapes every aspect of our lives, a blueprint from which we craft the realities we experience. What we imagine with conviction often becomes the foundation upon which our experiences, goals, and achievements are built. It is within the mind's eye that we first conceive of what we wish to see, do, and be in this world. And so, the images, ideas, and scenarios we hold within our imagination are more than just passive thoughts. They are seeds, waiting to be planted and nurtured into concrete realities. Think about the architects and inventors throughout history, from Leonardo da Vinci sketching designs for flying machines centuries before they became real to Nikola Tesla envisioning electrical advancements that still influence modern technology. None of these achievements could have come to be without imagination. Before a single tool touched metal or a single brick was laid, there was an image of vivid, detailed vision held in the mind of a creator. This image became a map, a design that guided every step forward. In the same way, each of us is the architect of our own life, and imagination is the blueprint by which we build. When we truly understand this, we begin to see that imagination has the potential to make us aware of possibilities beyond our current limitations. For example, when we face challenges or setbacks, imagination allows us to envision outcomes that may seem improbable or even impossible. Through creative visualization, we can see ourselves overcoming obstacles, achieving our goals, and living in a state of fulfillment. This practice is not about pretending or denying reality, but about aligning our minds with what could be rather than what currently is. The images we hold in our imagination serve as anchors, pulling us toward the experiences we desire, even when circumstances seem to suggest otherwise. The key to harnessing imagination as a blueprint for reality is in the vividness and emotional investment we bring to it. When we imagine something, we must feel it as though it were already real. The mind does not distinguish between reality and a vivid, sensory experience created in our imagination. The more detail we can infuse into our mental images by engaging all the senses and experiencing the emotions that would accompany our desired reality, the more our mind accepts this image as possible and, in a sense, already true. This emotional involvement is what empowers the image to begin the journey from thought to fact. Imagination has the unique power to reshape our beliefs and perceptions. When we hold certain beliefs about ourselves or the world around us, these beliefs frame our experiences, often without us even realizing it. But through imagination, We can question and challenge these beliefs by envisioning alternative scenarios, ones where we achieve what we previously thought was unattainable. By consistently immersing ourselves in the images of the life we want, our beliefs start to shift, aligning more closely with our desires and goals. Our minds, once bound by limiting beliefs, become free to explore new paths and possibilities. It is essential to understand that what we focus on expands in our awareness, and imagination allows us to focus on a reality we have yet to experience. By continuously revisiting a mental image of our ideal outcome, we essentially set it as our destination. Just as a compass points north, imagination directs our thoughts, actions, and decisions toward that vision. This means that what we dwell upon in imagination does not stay within the mind, it begins to manifest in subtle ways in our lives. We start meeting the right people, attracting opportunities, and experiencing synchronicities that seem to guide us toward our vision. This is not mere coincidence, but a natural result of living with a clear, consistent image of our desires held firmly in our imagination. In a world that often emphasizes the tangible over the intangible, imagination reminds us that all creation starts within. Every achievement, from the smallest accomplishment to the most groundbreaking discovery, is first envisioned before it is realized. When we give ourselves permission to dream, to envision life as we truly want it, we engage with this same powerful creative force. We step into the role of the creator and move beyond the limitations of current reality, using our imagination as a tool to bring forth a reality that aligns with our highest aspirations. Belief is the invisible bridge between desire and manifestation, the silent force that pushes our dreams from the realm of imagination into tangible reality. Without belief, even the most vivid imaginings or well-defined goals remain distant, like stars we see but cannot reach. It is belief that turns wishes into certainties and possibilities into inevitable outcomes. Imagine a garden where seeds represent our desires and dreams. We can plant as many seeds as we like, but without the right nurturing, they cannot grow into the plants we envision. Belief in this metaphor is like the sunlight and water these seeds need. Even the most fertile soil, full of potential, will produce no harvest without the encouragement of belief. It is not enough to simply plant the seeds of intention and walk away. Just as a gardener tends to the soil, ensuring it gets water, light, and protection from weeds, so must we cultivate and reinforce our beliefs if we wish our desires to bloom into reality. The reason belief is so powerful is that it operates at the level of the subconscious mind. While we may be able to say affirmations or visualize our goals consciously, it's the deep-seated beliefs held in the subconscious that shape our reality. The subconscious does not filter, argue, or debate, it simply absorbs what we repeatedly tell it. When we genuinely believe in something, that belief becomes embedded in our subconscious mind, which then sets out to align our actions, thoughts, and perceptions with that belief. Belief is not just an emotional feeling, it is a state of mind that anchors us in our desired reality. When we believe, we take on the conviction that what we desire already exists in some way. It becomes part of our inner narrative, subtly influencing our decisions and perceptions, until what we believe begins to take form in our outer experiences. Imagine for a moment the conviction of someone who believes they are destined for success. They approach challenges with confidence, interpret setbacks as temporary, and remain resilient in the face of difficulty. This belief colors their every thought and action, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. There's a well-known saying, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, You're right, this idea captures the essence of belief as a catalyst. When we believe we can achieve something, we open ourselves to possibilities, remain receptive to opportunities, and push forward despite obstacles. In contrast, a lack of belief limits us. Doubt closes doors in the mind, making us blind to solutions and resistant to opportunities that may be right in front of us. The power of belief is so strong that it can create success where none seemed possible, or failure where success was nearly certain. Belief also affects our energy and attitude. Someone who believes in their goal emits a sense of purpose, an energy that is palpable to others. They walk taller, speak with conviction, and inspire confidence. This energy, in turn, attracts people and situations that align with their goals. On the other hand, those who lack belief in themselves or in their goals tend to attract experiences that reinforce their doubts. Thus, belief not only shapes our own actions but also influences how others perceive and interact with us, further supporting or undermining the outcomes we experience. One of the greatest obstacles to cultivating belief is the presence of limiting beliefs, those unconscious assumptions that tell us what we can't do, have, or be. Limiting beliefs act as invisible chains, preventing us from even attempting to pursue our dreams. They might come in the form of societal expectations, past experiences, or fears of failure. However, by identifying and challenging these limiting beliefs, we can replace them with empowering beliefs that support our growth and align with our desires. It takes time and practice, but once we replace limiting beliefs with positive, affirming ones, we unlock the ability to dream bigger, reach farther, and manifest more fully. It's essential to practice seeing and feeling our goals as already accomplished. This isn't about ignoring reality, but rather about training the mind to embrace new possibilities. Techniques like visualization, affirmation, and journaling can help reinforce belief by continuously exposing the mind to the desired outcome. With repetition, our minds begin to accept these desired outcomes as truths, and this belief starts to mold our reality accordingly. The law of assumption is an idea that teaches us to align our minds, emotions, and actions with the outcome we desire by assuming its reality before it physically exists. This law suggests that if we want to change something in our lives, we first need to assume it has already happened, and then live in accordance with that belief. At its core, the law of assumption operates on the principle that what we believe and assume to be true in our minds will eventually become true in our physical experience. It's the idea that you get what you believe, and by consciously choosing empowering beliefs, we can shape our lives. To truly engage with the law of assumption, we must first understand the meaning of assumption. Assumption is not merely hoping or wishing for something to occur, it is taking on a state of mind that fully believes our desired reality already exists. For example, imagine a person who wants to experience greater confidence. To apply the law of assumption, they wouldn't think, "I hope I become more confident someday." Instead, they would carry themselves as if they are already the confident person they wish to be, thinking, acting, and feeling the way they believe a confident person would. They would immerse themselves in this feeling so fully that it feels as if the change has already taken place. By doing so, they plant the seeds of confidence in their subconscious, and in time their external reality will reflect this internal belief. This process involves training our minds to live in a state of belief. Our subconscious mind, which stores all of our habits, patterns, and beliefs, does not differentiate between reality and imagination. So, when we consistently impress upon it a certain idea like I am already successful or I am already confident, the subconscious accepts it as true. With repeated affirmations, visualizations, and actions that align with this belief, our subconscious begins to influence our behavior, decisions, and perceptions in a way that aligns with the assumed reality. Gradually, our subconscious directs us toward the opportunities, people, and actions needed to bring that belief into full manifestation. Applying the law of assumption involves a step called living from the end. In this approach, we mentally and emotionally place ourselves at the point where our desires are already realized. For instance, someone desiring financial freedom would picture themselves already in that reality, envisioning the choices they would make and the feelings they would experience if they had already achieved financial independence. They wouldn't imagine themselves struggling for financial stability. Instead, they would assume the feeling of abundance. By doing so, they open themselves to the mindset, behaviors, and opportunities that naturally arise when one believes in abundance rather than lack. This shift in perspective then starts influencing every decision and action, slowly but surely drawing them closer to actual financial freedom. An essential part of the law of assumption is maintaining consistency in our assumptions. Occasional or weakly held beliefs do not have the power to shape reality in the same way deeply ingrained beliefs do. We must hold on to our assumptions with unwavering confidence, even when outer circumstances may seem contradictory. This means staying mentally aligned with our desires, regardless of temporary setbacks. The consistency in thought and belief fortifies our assumptions, allowing them to take root within our subconscious and eventually solidify into tangible outcomes. The law of assumption teaches us that our emotional state is a key part of this process. Emotions add intensity to our thoughts and assumptions, making them more powerful. When we assume our desires are already fulfilled, we also embrace the emotional state that accompanies that outcome. For example, if someone desires to feel a deep sense of peace, they don't wait for external conditions to change. They assume the feeling of peace within themselves first, and they live as though that peace is already a reality. This emotional alignment further supports the assumptions we hold, allowing us to align ourselves fully with our desired state. The law of assumption also requires us to focus on our inner dialogue. Every day we engage in countless mental conversations with ourselves. To apply the law of assumption effectively, we must monitor these conversations, ensuring they support our desired reality rather than contradict it. If someone desires success, they must avoid inner dialogue that undermines this belief. Instead, they should replace self-doubt with thoughts and affirmations that reflect their assumed success. Statements like "I am capable," "I am deserving of success," or "I am already on the path to greatness" reinforce the assumption and shape the mindset needed to bring about the desired outcome. The law of assumption invites us to embody the life we want before it arrives physically. This requires an active and conscious choice to reshape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By continually affirming and aligning ourselves with our desires, we create a powerful magnetic force that draws those desires into reality. Through persistence, emotional alignment, and mental discipline, the law of assumption becomes the guiding principle that helps us mold our lives to mirror the deepest dreams we hold within. Living from the end is a powerful concept that shifts the way we approach our desires, goals, and aspirations. It asks us to align ourselves so closely with the outcome we want that we feel as though it is already ours, allowing us to live from a place of fulfillment rather than striving. This approach to manifestation isn't just about pretending or acting as if things are already the way we want them to be. It's about cultivating the mindset, emotions, and beliefs we would have if our desires were already a reality. This state of mind then becomes a powerful attractor, drawing the very conditions we seek into our lives. Living from the end requires an intense level of emotional and mental commitment. Imagine, for example, that you aspire to live in a peaceful, beautiful home. Living from the end would involve more than just imagining the home. It would mean fully feeling the joy, security, and comfort that this home brings you every day. It's about mentally stepping into that reality as though it's already happening. You would picture yourself waking up in that home, appreciating its beauty, feeling thankful for it, and living as if this home were already part of your daily life. This emotional connection to your desired outcome is essential. It's what makes the vision feel real, and ultimately what allows you to create the mindset necessary for it to manifest. The beauty of living from the end is that it starts to change your behavior in subtle but powerful ways. When you genuinely believe you already possess the qualities or situations you desire, you naturally begin to act in ways that reinforce that belief. For instance, someone who lives from the end of being financially successful may make more confident choices, invest in themselves, or seek out opportunities with a clear mind. They embody the mindset of someone who already experiences success, which then affects their actions and decisions, creating a momentum that aligns with their desired reality. The consistency of these thoughts, emotions, and actions eventually generates circumstances that resemble the ones they have been living from mentally. One of the most significant aspects of living from the end is the mental discipline it requires. Our natural tendency is often to feel lack or focus on what we do not have, which keeps us tied to our current circumstances. By choosing instead to focus on the feelings and thoughts we would have if our goals were realized, we retrain our minds to believe in that reality. This mental alignment is essential because it sets the tone for everything else. When our mind believes that something is already true, we unconsciously begin to notice opportunities, people, and resources that support that vision. This is often called the confirmation bias in psychology, where the mind actively seeks out information that aligns with its beliefs. By living from the end, we are effectively telling our minds to find proof that our desired reality is on its way. It's not always easy to maintain this mental state. Life inevitably presents challenges and distractions, and it can be easy to slip back into old ways of thinking. The practice of living from the end, therefore, requires perseverance and a conscious effort to refocus on the feelings of the end result. A helpful technique in this process is visualization, where we repeatedly envision our desired state, focusing on the sensations and emotions that come with it. Visualization reinforces the mental state of already having what we desire, making it easier to maintain that feeling of fulfillment. Each time we visualize, we're not only rehearsing the experience of having our goals achieved, but also strengthening our belief that this reality is possible. Embracing the end state can also relieve stress and anxiety. Often our sense of pressure or worry stems from a feeling that we're not where we want to be. By choosing to live from the end, we start to embody a state of having rather than lacking, which can be incredibly calming. When we feel as though our desires are already fulfilled, the mind stops perceiving a gap between our current state and our desired state. This shift reduces feelings of impatience, comparison, or inadequacy, replacing them with a sense of peace and contentment. Ironically, this relaxed state is often more conducive to creativity and problem solving, which further assists in manifesting our goals. Living from the end is about becoming the person who already has what they desire. By embodying the thoughts, emotions, and attitudes of this version of ourselves, we build a bridge between our current self and the self we aspire to be. This practice, sustained over time, shapes our reality by transforming our perception, beliefs, and actions into reflections of our desired outcome. Emotion is one of the most powerful forces we can tap into when transforming thoughts and desires into reality. Often we view our emotions as reactions to external events or situations. But in the realm of creation, emotions serve as the fuel that propels our visions, dreams, and intentions from the mental realm into the tangible world. Consider emotion as a form of energy, an intense vibrational force that amplifies our thoughts and intentions, turning them from faint whispers into roaring affirmations. When we cultivate emotions like joy, gratitude, and excitement toward our desires, we send out a powerful signal to the universe, reinforcing our intentions and drawing them closer to manifestation. Emotions don't merely accompany our thoughts, they shape the very frequency and intensity of our mental images, adding depth and color to the visions we hold. Think of a time you felt deeply grateful or overwhelmingly joyful. Those feelings likely made the event or person associated with them all the more vivid and memorable. Similarly, when we attach positive, high-energy emotions to our desires, they become etched in our consciousness with greater clarity and intensity. Emotions, in this sense, act as the lifeblood of our intentions, breathing vitality into them and distinguishing fleeting whims from the visions that truly matter to us. One of the most transformative emotions we can cultivate is gratitude. Gratitude is the feeling of being thankful and appreciative, and it has a unique vibrational quality that attracts more of what we desire into our lives. By feeling grateful for a wish, as though it has already been fulfilled, we align ourselves with the energy of receiving. When we genuinely feel grateful for something, even if it hasn't yet materialized, we communicate to our subconscious that our desire is real, tangible, and within reach. Gratitude, therefore, serves as a magnetic force, drawing our desires closer and making them feel not only possible but inevitable. Excitement is another potent emotion in the creative process. When we feel excited about our goals or dreams, we energize them with a sense of immediacy and enthusiasm. Excitement has a way of intensifying our focus and amplifying our energy, giving us the courage and motivation to pursue our dreams. It also sharpens our vision, making our desired outcomes feel vivid and real in our minds. By cultivating excitement, we encourage ourselves to remain committed to our goals, to act with confidence, and to embrace the journey with an open heart, as it aligns us with the highest vibrations of creation. When we experience joy, we resonate with the feeling of already having what we desire. Joy brings a sense of fulfillment and wholeness, reducing the gap between where we are and where we wish to be. Unlike happiness, which is often conditional, joy is a profound and enduring state that transcends circumstances. It is the state of embracing the present moment with a complete sense of trust and contentment, knowing that we are exactly where we need to be. Our emotions, however, are not meant to be forced or artificially created. They should arise naturally from our sincere engagement with our visions. When we imagine a future filled with prosperity, love, or peace, we should aim to feel genuine gratitude, joy, or excitement toward it. This emotional engagement is not a surface-level exercise, but a deep and authentic connection to our desires. It requires us to fully immerse ourselves in the feelings associated with our fulfilled dreams, to the point where they become second nature. By engaging in this practice regularly, we create an emotional landscape that consistently supports our goals and aspirations. Emotions act as a feedback loop, providing insight into our alignment with our desires. Positive emotions like joy and excitement indicate that we are in harmony with our visions, while negative emotions, such as doubt or fear, reveal areas of resistance. Rather than suppressing these emotions, we can use them as guidance, addressing any limiting beliefs or fears that may be holding us back. Emotions, in this way, serve as both fuel and compass, guiding us toward the path of least resistance and the fulfillment of our desires. Emotions are the invisible threads that connect us to our dreams, strengthening the bond between thought and reality. By nurturing emotions that support our vision, we create a state of being that is already in alignment with our desired outcomes. This emotional state then becomes a beacon, attracting people, situations, and opportunities that resonate with our intentions. Through the power of emotion, we transform our thoughts into living, breathing possibilities, laying the groundwork for our desires to harden into facts. Persistence in thought is the invisible hand that shapes our desires into reality. Imagine a sculptor working with raw marble, chipping away with careful, consistent strokes to reveal the form within. Persistence is much the same. It's the consistent nurturing of our mental vision that gradually carves it into tangible form. Every idea, every desire we wish to see reflected in our lives requires this steady, patient nurturing. Without persistence, even the most beautiful dream fades, swept away by the currents of distraction, doubt, and impatience. When we first envision a goal or desire, our minds are inspired and focused. We may find it easy to believe in our dreams during these initial moments of inspiration, but as time passes and we see no immediate change, doubt often sneaks in, clouding our initial conviction. Persistence is the ability to stay rooted in our vision despite these ebbs and flows of faith. It means committing to revisiting our goal, reaffirming our belief in it, and holding our mental picture steady until it materializes. Just as a gardener must tend to their plants daily, so must we tend to our thoughts. It's important to recognize that our minds naturally wander, easily lured away from a focused vision. When left unchecked, our thoughts scatter, often returning to familiar patterns and worries. Here is where persistence shows its strength. It is the act of bringing our minds back to the original vision, the desired outcome, again and again. By continuously refocusing on our goals, we create mental grooves that reinforce our commitment and make it easier to think in alignment with our desires. The power of persistence is amplified when we combine it with clear and purposeful thinking. Our thoughts become like seeds planted in the fertile soil of the mind. In a single moment, a seed does not reveal its full potential. It grows only with repeated care, sunlight, and water. In much the same way, our vision requires the nourishment of our attention and belief over time. With each act of persistence, we add another drop of water, another ray of sunlight, until our vision takes root and begins to grow. One of the most powerful tools for developing persistence in thought is the practice of mental rehearsal. By regularly visualizing our desired outcome, we become familiar with the feeling of having already achieved it. This familiarity strengthens our belief in the possibility of the outcome, making it easier to return to the vision whenever doubts arise. Each time we mentally rehearse, we reinforce the pathway between our desire and its manifestation, paving the way for our vision to harden into reality. Persistence in thought requires that we guard against distractions and doubts. These are like weeds in a garden that can choke our vision if left unchecked. We must learn to catch ourselves when we drift into negative thinking, or when doubts begin to overshadow our goal. Persistence means recognizing these moments and choosing to return to our original vision, redirecting our energy to thoughts that serve our purpose. An effective approach to persistent thinking is setting up reminders and rituals. By establishing a routine where we dedicate specific times to focus on our vision, whether through meditation, journaling, or visualization, we build a habit of persistence. Over time, this habit becomes second nature, a routine that supports and sustains our vision with minimal effort. It's as if we are building a mental muscle, strengthening our capacity to hold our goals steady in our minds. Persistent thought also benefits from reinforcing our vision with emotion. Emotion is the power source of thought, adding energy that propels our desires toward manifestation. Each time we persistently envision our goal with feelings of joy, gratitude, or excitement, we add strength to the vision. Emotion breathes life into our thoughts, adding dimension and substance that transform abstract ideas into tangible realities. Persistence in thought requires patience as well. Often we may be tempted to abandon our goal when results don't appear as quickly as expected. Yet the unseen changes are taking place, much like the roots of a plant spreading beneath the soil before any growth appears above ground. Just because we can't see immediate results doesn't mean our thoughts aren't working. Persistence is the faith to continue nurturing our vision, even when there are no visible signs of progress. It is the quiet confidence that knows our desires are taking form, that our repeated thoughts are laying the foundation for our desired outcome. Persistence in thought is about unwavering commitment. It's about cultivating a mindset that does not waver in the face of challenges or delays. Each thought, each moment spent nurturing our vision, strengthens the bridge between our dreams and reality. When we cultivate persistence, we develop the patience and resilience to see our vision through, trusting that our dedication will eventually yield the harvest we seek. Doubt has an insidious power. It whispers that our dreams are too distant, our desires too large, and our goals too unattainable. It's a natural human response, a mental mechanism designed to keep us grounded and realistic. However, when it comes to manifesting our visions and transforming our lives, doubt does more harm than good. To create the life we desire, we must understand that doubt acts as a wall, blocking the flow of creative energy. Where there is doubt, there is resistance, and where there is resistance, dreams stagnate. Doubt works at a subtle level, often appearing as logical reasoning or sensible caution. We might think, how can I achieve this? Or this is not realistic. These thoughts seem rational and harmless on the surface. However, every time we entertain these ideas, we chip away at the foundation of our belief, eroding the mental state required for manifestation. Our visions, desires, and goals require an unwavering belief that they are achievable. This faith is what empowers us to rise above current circumstances and focus on the outcome we desire, not on the obstacles that appear to stand in our way. Faith, therefore, is not merely optimism. It is a deliberate decision to trust in the process, even when no physical evidence is yet visible. It's about believing in the outcome so strongly that any indication to the contrary holds no weight. Faith isn't just about positive thinking, it's about creating a mental environment in which our desires can take root and grow without interference. When we are steadfast in our faith, we send a powerful signal to our subconscious mind, one that says, "This is my reality, Regardless of what may appear right now, our subconscious mind responds to this directive, guiding us toward actions and decisions that align with our vision. How do we practically counteract doubt? One effective method is visualization. When we vividly imagine our desired outcome and feel it as though it's already present, we start to shift our belief system. This isn't simply pretending instead. It's a focused exercise in aligning our inner state with what we wish to experience. When we can see, feel, and engage with our desires on a mental level, our mind starts to accept these images as a reality. The more real they become to us mentally, the more we diminish the hold that doubt has on our thinking. The key to overcoming doubt is through affirmations. Repeating powerful, positive statements helps reinforce our faith and displace limiting beliefs. An affirmation can be as simple as, "I am worthy of my desires," or "I am capable of achieving my dreams." The purpose of affirmations is to overwrite the mental scripts that feed our doubts. By consciously repeating these statements, we program our mind to reject negativity and embrace confidence in our abilities. Over time, these affirmations reshape our mental framework, making it more resilient against the influence of doubt. It's also essential to recognize that we are not aiming to banish doubt permanently. Doubt will naturally surface from time to time, as it's part of our psychological makeup. Our goal is to develop strategies that allow us to manage it effectively. Instead of wrestling with doubt, we can acknowledge it without giving it power. It's similar to the practice of mindfulness, where we observe a thought without attaching to it. When we acknowledge doubt but choose not to engage with it, we weaken its impact. The people we surround ourselves with also influence our faith or doubt. Negative influences can subtly reinforce doubt, making it harder to maintain a positive mindset. By surrounding ourselves with people who believe in us and our goals, we create an environment that supports our vision. These people serve as reminders of our potential, helping us counterbalance any inner doubt with external encouragement. Faith, then, is the antidote to doubt, but it is not a blind leap. It's a practiced conviction, built and reinforced by our thoughts, words, actions, and environment. When we stand firm in our belief, despite appearances to the contrary, we invite the power of creation to work through us. When we realize the extent of our own influence over the life we experience, a profound truth unfolds: we hold responsibility for what we bring into our lives. This responsibility, while potentially daunting, is also immensely liberating. To know that we are the architects of our own existence places us in the position of power not over others, nor over forces beyond ourselves, but over the one thing we can absolutely command: our own inner state and the vision we choose to maintain. At the core of this principle is the understanding that our thoughts and beliefs are not merely fleeting ideas, they are active forces shaping our reality. We are continuously engaged in creation, moment by moment, through our thoughts, emotions, and assumptions about life. By recognizing that what we think, believe, and expect from the world ultimately influences our experiences, we can begin to make conscious choices about the nature of that influence. Imagine every thought as a seed planted in fertile soil. With time and care, each seed has the potential to grow, bloom, and become an undeniable part of our lives. To accept this responsibility is to understand that we can no longer simply blame external circumstances or other people for the events that unfold in our lives. While circumstances may indeed challenge us, it is our internal responses and beliefs about those circumstances that ultimately define the outcome. For example, consider someone facing a financial struggle. One person may see it as an insurmountable obstacle, reinforcing a belief in lack and limitation. Another, however, may view the same situation as a temporary setback and an opportunity to learn resilience, trust, and innovative thinking. These different mindsets, born from each individual's inner beliefs, will lead to vastly different realities. This responsibility, however, does not mean that we must be in complete control of every single thought or emotion. Such an expectation would be unrealistic. Rather, it invites us to practice mindful awareness and intentional direction of our thoughts and emotions. The practice of awareness helps us identify the beliefs that may no longer serve our growth and happiness. Once these beliefs come into the light of our awareness, we gain the power to consciously transform them. The responsibility for creation also means understanding the consequences of our persistent beliefs and expectations. Many of us are unaware of the deep-seated beliefs we carry about ourselves, our worth, and our potential. These beliefs often operate beneath the surface of our conscious awareness, yet they exert a powerful influence on the events we attract into our lives. A person who unconsciously believes that they are unworthy of love may find themselves in relationships that reinforce that belief. But when that person consciously chooses to replace this limiting belief with one of self-worth and deservingness, they begin to attract relationships that reflect this newfound sense of value. We also become more attuned to the power of our assumptions about the future. Assumptions are not passive predictions, they are like mental blueprints that set the stage for what will come to pass. If we assume failure, disappointment, or struggle, we inadvertently set ourselves on a path that aligns with those expectations. By consciously assuming positive outcomes, we pave the way for opportunities and circumstances that reflect those assumptions. Taking responsibility for creation is not about exerting force, but about cultivating a spirit of intentionality and trust in the process. It invites us to approach life with curiosity and openness, knowing that we are actively participating in the formation of our experiences. By regularly affirming our goals and nurturing positive thoughts, we create an internal environment that supports the manifestation of our desires. Responsibility, in this sense, is an act of empowerment. It means that no matter where we find ourselves, we always possess the power to change the narrative, to create a new direction, and to craft a life that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations. To change our world, we must first change within. This profound statement encapsulates the essence of personal transformation and its impact on our external realities. The world around us is not merely a backdrop for our lives, it is a dynamic reflection of our inner state. Every thought, belief, and emotion we harbor contributes to the creation of our reality. As such, understanding the interplay between our inner thoughts and external experiences is vital in shaping a fulfilling life. The process of transformation begins with self-awareness. To effectively alter our circumstances, we must first examine our beliefs and attitudes. Are they serving us, or are they limiting us? Often we carry subconscious beliefs that have been formed over years, influenced by our upbringing, society, and experiences. These beliefs can create mental barriers that inhibit our potential for growth and fulfillment. Identifying these limiting beliefs is the first step toward dismantling them. It requires honest introspection and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves. Once we recognize the beliefs that no longer serve us, we can consciously replace them with empowering thoughts. This requires a proactive approach to thinking and belief formation. For instance, if someone believes they are unworthy of success, they must actively challenge this belief by affirming their worthiness and capabilities. By consciously choosing thoughts that reinforce positive self-perception, they begin to reshape their identity. This shift in self-perception is crucial. It aligns with the idea that we must embody the change we wish to see. As we transform our beliefs, we also cultivate emotional resilience. Emotions play a significant role in our experiences. They color our perceptions and influence our actions. Negative emotions such as fear, anger, and doubt can cloud our judgment and hinder progress. Conversely, emotions like joy, gratitude, and love can elevate our consciousness and enhance our creative abilities. To effect change, we must learn to manage our emotions, allowing the positive ones to guide us, while acknowledging and processing the negative ones. This emotional mastery is essential in navigating the complexities of life and aligning ourselves with our desired outcomes. A critical aspect of inner transformation is the practice of mindfulness. Being present allows us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating space for reflection and growth. Mindfulness helps us become aware of automatic thought patterns that might not serve our best interests. By practicing mindfulness, we can catch ourselves in moments of negativity or self-doubt and consciously redirect our thoughts toward positivity and possibility. This heightened awareness empowers us to respond rather than react, allowing us to choose thoughts and emotions that align with our highest aspirations. As we work on transforming our internal landscape, visualization becomes a powerful tool. This technique involves vividly imagining our desired outcomes as if they have already manifested. Visualization engages our senses and emotions, making our desires feel tangible and attainable. By regularly practicing visualization, we reinforce the belief that our aspirations are not just dreams but realities waiting to unfold. This practice strengthens our commitment to change and aligns our subconscious mind with our conscious intentions. Cultivating a growth mindset is essential for inner transformation. A growth mindset embraces challenges, views failures as opportunities for learning, and believes in the ability to improve through effort and perseverance. Adopting this mindset fosters resilience and encourages us to step out of our comfort zones, ultimately leading to personal growth and transformation. With a growth mindset, we begin to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones toward our desired outcomes. Community and relationships also play a significant role in our journey of transformation. Surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who uplift and inspire us can greatly enhance our inner development. Engaging with like-minded people fosters an environment conducive to growth and exploration. Sharing experiences, insights, and challenges within a community creates a sense of belonging and reinforces our commitment to change. It reminds us that we are not alone in our journey and that collective energy can amplify our individual efforts. The process of inner transformation is an ongoing journey rather than a destination. It requires patience, dedication, and self-compassion. Change does not happen overnight, and setbacks are a natural part of the process. Embracing the journey with all its ups and downs allows us to cultivate resilience and a deeper understanding of ourselves. As we continue to evolve internally, we will witness the gradual unfolding of our desires in the external world. The changes we make within will inevitably manifest as changes in our lives, reflecting our growth and the realization of our highest potential. We learn that we are not merely passive observers of life, but active participants in the creation of our reality. Each thought, belief, and emotion we nurture within ourselves serves as a building block for the life we experience. By prioritizing inner change, We empower ourselves to manifest our dreams and create a life that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. The world outside is a canvas waiting for us to paint it with the colors of our imagination and intent.